right, we're back with more Against the Storm. I really liked this game when we played it last time, although I made a really big mistake and I didn't leave any future Marstead notes as to what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, so it's been a little while since I played last. It's very likely I forgot some stuff. If it seems like I obviously forgot stuff, feel free to just tell me. I'm not too worried about spoilers here as I'm still learning the game. So I don't need roads. I do need resource acquisition. And when it's telling me 0, that's how many I already have, right? And this needs to have like trees in its radius, right? Hey, appreciate it. And the facing doesn't super matter if I recall correctly, right? I can pause at will is really nice. Okay. Stone cutters. That requires some amount of wood, so I guess let's start by doing this. And then, like, it doesn't auto-assign people to tasks, right? And the beaver guys are especially good at this task. I can also just, like... Do you assign them to the camp? Do they chop wood, or do I have to assign them to the trees? I have to, like... Oh, they have to finish building the camp to cut down the trees. Okay, I understand. Items in warehouses can teleport between warehouses, but not between gathering and crafting buildings. Oh, and I can just like freely rotate it. Okay. And now I can mark trees for harvesting, and we want to try to get these like glades, right? Because they unlock stuff and some challenges where they like abstract combat away. Choose a blueprint. Two humans or... I don't know which blueprint they want me to choose. This just tracks that this is the thing I'm working on up here in order to get a resource. Okay, I understand. You know, we obviously want to not just have idle workers over here, so we want to build some more stuff. So we probably want stone and harvesting. Gears... I can only get, there's like a finite amount of gears on the map. Is that how that works? Plant fiber, reed, leather. This I can just assign anyone to, doesn't really matter. Where can I see the proficient? Okay, so I hover over them. Meat production, warmth. Woodworking and engineering. Farming and brewing. I can only find or be given gears at the moment. Okay. And it tries to tell me what it's able to interact with, I guess. This icon, okay. Small farm. I don't actually have any fields for farms yet, right? I only have like forageables at the moment. Oh, I guess fertile soil is the tall grass. Okay. That's this guy, and that's required because of the way they made happiness work, I guess. We want to have a space of gap in between the resource and the thing that they're doing, or do you want it to put it straight up against it, like that? You don't need to be a stone cutter anymore. If I want to unassign them, I do it from here. Idle workers will generally try to work on something if there's like an open build task without needing to be explicitly assigned, but explicitly assigning them causes them to also become... They also man that station. Is that how that works? Small farm has no farm fields. Does something have to like happen to... Like a worker has to get assigned to convert it to a farm field? Is that the problem? A build but not take jobs in buildings. Oh, that's a different kind of thing. Do I have to like unlock farm fields first? Choose a cornerstone. 5 barrels per minute. I say, thank you. And that's costing me some resource every time I do it without actually having to assign workers to do it. Okay, I thought the food tab only had farm in it, I see. Just takes time. I want to assign the humans to this, right? Because they're supposed to be good at farming, which way puts that little icon next to them. Okay. Maybe not as good at foraging. I do like the idea of you trying to balance against this time limit with the Queen's impatience. I'm probably going to fail here, but... Sacred Pyre... +1 global resolve. No builders available. Ah, because the people who were building a second ago just actually started making the farm. I understand. And they do try to load balance for building, it seems like, without me having to stress about it too much. I want this to be facing... I thought it was letting me change the facing after placement. That's the entrance on that side, so I don't have to walk all the way around it. Okay, I think I understand. And... orders ready. I see. Home and Hearth. 2 new humans, some barrels, which aren't as good with the thing I took. A second Woodcutters camp, and 2 shelters. Right, because we don't want people to be homeless. Shelter. And shelters can go anywhere, and they don't... Do they actually need to be accessible? I feel like we answered this before. Do the units assigned to buildings get better at whatever task they're doing? Just need to be in the Hearth's range. Okay. I guess they have to walk to them temporarily to build it, right? So I can't, like, block their path until it's built. So we discovered a Glade. Assign someone to go check it out. But then no one's available to build, presumably. Tools under the Citadel. Stone. This means there are no free workers. Okay. I kind of like the idea of the Glade events as like really abstracting a lot of mechanics from games in similar genres. Root node is, oh, it tells you what kind of building you need to gather it, forager camp. Okay. Slick shell broodmother requires a trapper's camp. Okay, I understand. Now I have to create a new logging camp, which can just sit on top of the grass fine. I guess that doesn't cause any problems. I guess I probably don't want 2 workers everywhere because I want everyone to be contributing to this. How do they load balance which buildings to build? Is it like based on the order in which I told them to construct it? I guess I should have them doing something over here. Yeah. Reputation points. Completing orders, exploring surroundings, keeping your villagers happy. Okay. They'll still keep trying to chop down trees even if I don't assign any. Assigning is just prioritizing some trees to chop, but they'll do anything in their radius if I forget to assign them. Can select buildings to give them priority. I see. Place an order unless they lack resources. Okay. Newcomers are waiting. Okay. Should leave me with enough. What drives newcomer spawns again? Is that based on any decisions I've made? That means it's do not chop, okay. I thought that just meant do not, like, unmark, not do not harvest specifically, right? There must be a difference. Didn't move that one because the mission required me to build 2 of these. Trapper's camp. Okay. Now, lizard guys are good at that if I recall correctly. Meet in Trapper's camp. Okay. I want to move it. How do I do that? I know I can just press R to rotate it, but I'll move. Here we go. No worries. Just trying to figure it out. Okay, so it's going to take him a while to collect all of that before I can reassign him to something else, I guess is the idea. Okay, now they're done, so now I can free that guy up to work on this, I see. Did I get an extra... I must have gotten extra beaver guys without realizing it. Okay. We want to keep building houses, right? Summary of how many unhoused people I have. 9. Okay. This just is a quick summary of what all is in the Glade, essentially. Their Glade event, I can get more tools. I'd have to let people off some other task here. I wish that when I was marking trees, while I was in that menu, it highlighted the range of all of my woodcutting buildings. Yeah, so like the longer they're doing a task, they're not like gaining XP in that task or anything, right? Hit investigate, that's why that didn't happen. Reassign one of the meat people once we get this order. Smokehouse. Enable meat in the jerky recipe. Okay. Produce 20 jerky. Okay. So I don't have to worry about like, oh shit, I had this guy assigned as a farmer for the last 15 minutes, so he's gonna suck at whatever I reassign him to. Smokehouse. So this field is barren now, is that right? Or they just haven't replanted there? Looks like they're trying to replant, okay. I don't know if I had to move this thing over here or something. Oh, okay. Gotcha, thank you. So the Stonecutters camp has nothing to do now, so I can just unassign the folks on it for now. Or I guess I could move it up here to get this clay. Storm Year 1. And am I eventually required to do a dangerous glade, or was that just... I guess that was an order for an earlier level, right? Which is why it felt like I had to do it. Six homeless now. Brewery. And I guess I got an extra value there just from like passive gain from food and happiness and stuff. Renown is the thing I'm thinking of. Okay, we'll come back to that once I finish the jerky thing, I guess. Warehouse. So if farms progress based on season, are there seasons where the workers are idle and I should be reassigning them dynamically to something else, or they always have something to do in every season no matter what? Choose a cornerstone. I have to actually find grain somewhere though, right? Like, unless if these fields are supposed to produce grain. I have to like go in and tell it to do grain, or they auto like alternate between making them, it looks like. Okay, I think I understand. So I guess the game is fundamentally about, are you going tall or wide at any given moment? Stretching yourself thin. So maybe you get good at it, you start to eyeball that, okay, I've got plenty of wood now, I don't need to have this many woodcutters assigned or whatever. Does it ever become problematic where I'm putting this too far away and they're not able to chop stuff down anymore? Newcomers are awaiting. Okay. Appreciate they have the notifications. I'd rather have more workers. I don't really care about the free resources. Is that why you build like a secondary warehouse? They don't have to haul as much or whatever? Drizzlewing nest. Enable meat in the jerky recipes. We want that to be this guy. Pretty good as a way to do a tutorial, I think. Probably honestly need more guys gathering it, though. Gotcha. So they're always doing something. Gathering nodes near Harvester's camp. Okay. So if I pick this guy up and move it, and hover around and see if it applies to anything, but it doesn't, right? So the building's kind of dead now until I find a glade that I can use it on, so I can just unassign these to help with building stuff, I guess. $20 jerky in the smokehouse. Oh, I see it there, thanks. I was wondering why that gold icon was there when I couldn't see what it was looking at. Okay, thank you. Okay, and this is truly idle workers. Okay. Will it say that if they're actively building too? Trapper's camp for eggs, which I guess I can move this thing to once they're done with it. Does a field, like a farming field, ever decay? Is it a thing I ever have to worry about? So I can partially build it on top of the field. It's not necessarily terrible. Okay. I want to get back to finding new glades. So I guess probably over here is the way to go. Buildings get damaged, but not for no reason or from entropy. Okay, thanks. Order's ready. Barrels, builder's pack. Any builder can carry 5 additional items. Plus 1 meat production. Ale, brewery, barrels. 20 ale in the building. Tavern. I feel like my placement hasn't been great here. Okay, so processing buildings can't be freely moved, but gathering buildings can. I guess we could try to, like, clear this space back here just so that I can have more room to build. Houses can be freely moved. Okay. Put them somewhere where, like, we don't give a shit, I guess. But they always still need to be in range of... let's see. The central base building, I guess. That frees up room to make a brewery. So it seems like, at least when they're teaching you the game, Queen's Impatience is pretty forgiving. It mostly just is there to try to pressure you to not just stand around. But it's because every time you fill one of these, this goes down, right? Pretty tame. Enable barrels. Main thing I'm worried about is getting to a point in this game where the orders aren't like directly putting me towards the stuff I have to do. Right now, the orders make it pretty clear, okay, there's only so many things to do here. Humans are good at making beer, that's funny. I mentioned this last episode, but it is really interesting to me how the RTS has all of these ideas in it that all work perfectly fine if that's the whole game. If you just remove everything else, abstract everything else, and just make a game that's about, like, economy micro or whatever, like, that totally works. If you do one that's just about unit decisions, that totally works. That's a different genre. If you do one that's just about, you know, tower placement, that's its own genre. +5 resolve. Never have all the different build options like the end of a StarCraft campaign. Okay, that's cool. As long as the game is, like, restricting me in some way. Like, even if there's a difficult level later on where the first order is... I'm guessing what it's going to be is that the order is going to be something specific. It's like it's going to say brew ale without saying also make sure you enable barrels in the ale recipe, right? Like, I'll have to go to the brewer. I'll have to figure out where the brewery is, build it, realize that I don't have anything but barrels and swap the barrels. But it should provide me, like, a hierarchy of problems to deal with, it seems like. Glade encampment. Send to Citadel. Welcome new people. Always need new people. I'm kind of stretched thin at the moment, so... Okay. Yeah, I guess as long as I imagine that, like, each of these buttons at the bottom, which are kind of intimidating to someone not familiar with the genre, if I'm given an order, I can just let the orders drive my decision-making, and just go in here and look at each of the buildings and try to figure out, okay, well, this says that it needs, I don't know, fiber, and I don't have fiber, so where do I get fiber? And just kind of walk backwards from there. Having the wiki open is fair play. I guess we don't want to be making porridge at all, right? Only want to be making ale, which takes a while, it seems like. Newcomers. So newcomers arrive on a cadence that's completely separate from... It has nothing to do with my progress to the level. It's just based at certain timestamps. People show up no matter what. Is there a way for me to get, like, a quick view of the staffing in all my buildings? Like, if B lets me see the resources everywhere, I'd love to get one that shows me, like, a overlay for every building that shows empty slots. Alt for staffing. Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you. Make sure I remember to mention that in the future Marstead notes. That's really helpful. Orders ready. Tavern. Leisure. Every 10 minutes for newcomers, okay. How do I make cloth again? I guess I can click on this and then click on this. Weaver, workshop, granary, manufactory. So all the cloth I currently have, I happen to have gotten from just like Glade events, I guess. Okay, so it would be a crude workstation, I guess, right? I guess one thing that kind of stresses me out is making sure everyone has room to path everywhere. Some buildings don't care about that, but some of them kind of do, it seems like. They can phase through buildings at half speed, so they can never be fully blocked. Okay, I'm going to start writing some of this stuff down right now so that I don't forget at the end of stream. So we've got hold B to see all gather nodes, hold Alt to see building staffing, and dynamically assign whatever species you have selected. Workers can never be completely blocked, and will walk half speed through blocking buildings. I think there's anything else y'all mentioned that I might forget. Can more or less depend on orders to guide play. Dirt paths are free. Oh, okay. I guess they still take time to build. So any tile that's a dirt path is good. Like, you don't necessarily need to make it, you don't need to make like an efficient road through the village, I guess. Beaver house, human house, lizard house. And mostly have humans, right? And there's gonna be, what game did I play where like building too much pathing was confuse the AI? Roller Coaster Tycoon. You just hold it. It seems like it tries to make like a straight path and doesn't want to just fill your entire base with paving, right? Because if I don't have anything for the builders to do, I should just have a lot of these set up. I'll write that down. The building paths is free, something for idle builders to do. Okay. I guess maybe does it like destroy resources that you build it on top of or something like that? This is the camp that has a problem right now. This is a new place for the Harvester's camp, okay. But like, is building silly wide paths like this, like, gonna be problematic in some way, or does it not really matter necessarily? Okay, so we just want fabric right now, I think. That's what I need for progress anyway. Okay, it's brainless to do it this way, so that's what I'd rather do. Yeah, it was just Roller Coaster Tycoon where doing that was bad. I guess around my city center it maybe makes a little bit more sense for everything to be paved because there's so many tiles everyone has to walk on, but if I'm just going out to like a logging camp or whatever, it's maybe makes more sense to just do it in a straight line. That's kind of cool. Also lacking planks, so once I get these built here, we want to turn planks on. Feels like I can more or less depend on the alerts to guide my play too if I want to play more reactively. And like, there's a lot of information here about like who's homeless, how happy people are. But I can also just try to do things and hope we're fine and not like stare at this too much. Make sense of it. Cannibalism. Gain 40 meat every time a villager dies or leaves. I love or leaves is funny. It's cute. There's a lot of fun flavor design space for that sort of a thing. Okay. You know, they got their planks. Unlock consumption control by buying the Obsidian Archive level 2 upgrade in the Smoldering City. Okay. It's like a bard. Humans are good at being bartenders as well, it looks like. So basically I can't turn off luxury, I can't have it be leisure only, I see. interesting. A bunch of free buildings. Encampment. I guess I'm almost done with the level though, right? So like, as soon as this bar fills, we're good. Yeah, I click that and it won't do anything, so. So is this generating leisure? Like the more people visit it, it's like leisure is a permanent resource that never gets consumed, I guess. Makeshift post. Oh, I didn't realize there were I thought every level was like completely starting from scratch. That's interesting. Anytime you're sending somebody to the Citadel, you're getting permanent progression. Fuming machinery. Dangerous Glade event. X. I think I can do this, right? Or people are gonna die if I don't assign them to go work on this, right? That's kind of the idea. Well, I understand the abstract concept of how leisure works, but when it says need for leisure fulfilled, that means that there's some number of... Leisure is not like a resource that I'm accruing. Every person in my village has a need for leisure that's either satisfied or not satisfied, so when 20 different people have it satisfied, I get it. Okay, I think I understand. Ancient shrine as well. Unlocked content. Citadel upgrades. I'm trying to think about this too much. And cornerstones are almost like roguelike relics, I guess. And you only have a chance of seeing them. Where lies a smoldering city? Okay. Buy upgrades. This is consuming food stockpiles. Permanent 2% to the speed at which the queen's impatience grows. Unlock deeds. Reduction of fuel consumption in hearths. Embarkation bonus. You start with things. Okay. Advanced controls for what is being consumed. Guess let's look at deeds here. These are achievements, and they give you stuff. Okay. We're still in the tutorial, technically. Okay, that's cool. Finish the cycle. Successful towns to seal fragments. I try not to get overwhelmed by these. Unlocked content, XP gain. Reforge the gold seal to unlock seal contracts. These are like difficulty modifiers, I assume. It's a cool game. I could see it being pretty addictive. Reach the ancient seals with your caravan and reforge them. It's kind of cute that like the big strategic map kind of looks sort of like the tactical 45-minute level map. Fertile grounds, world map modifier, increased chance of including fertile soil. Win a game near the fertile grounds, multi. These are all like achievements you can try to go for. So I could go to any of these green thingies. I guess this breaks the degeneracy somewhat of having a special map modifier. Choose a caravan that will become the foundation of your town's population. Higher the risk, the greater the rewards. Inexperienced victory won't last long on the higher difficulty. Or Viceroy won't last long. Okay, so I've been playing on Settler because they're only just now introducing this, right? I like the idea that like the different difficulty levels give you more stuff. It's not just how hard it is. So ideally, as I get better at this game, I'm always trying to like pump it. This is more like, I guess, Diablo difficulty, right? Where it's like, okay, I'm going to start on normal and then go to hell and then, or nightmare and then hell or whatever, right? We'll try doing Pioneer since I've been winning the first 2 missions with plenty of time remaining. Use embarkation points to take extra goods with you. I think I accidentally turned down the embarkation bonus. Am I allowed to go back and... Okay, here we go. Eggs, roots, stone, clay, wood. Do I get some amount of stuff no matter what here? I guess just getting some building materials to start is... Oh, I see some of them cost more than others. Okay. Building materials to start with seems pretty good. And then... So I could do 6 humans. Base goods. So base goods are something they come with in addition to the embarkation bonuses from over here. I'd rather have more workers. How did I fill in these question marks? Is that like a reward from progress earlier? Taxing. Yeah. Alright, we can go give it a try. You always get 3, we don't always start with all 3. Forest Mysteries. So these are kind of like difficulty modifiers. Okay. And then bad things can happen. Archaeologist's office. Get a stack of hunger. Each stack is a resolve penalty. That's why you might want to start with food. Okay. And eventually these maps are like completely procedurally generated, right? So you have no idea what you're walking into. Okay, so every unit has a need for leisure, a need for luxury, a need for religion, and those have a knock-on impact on happiness, I assume, which has a knock-on impact on resolve. And then sometimes there are orders that specifically require you to get certain thresholds of those things. Sacrifice goods in the hearth to gain effects. Probably never going to do that. I guess the idea of sacrificing is that if you went a little bit too crazy and got too much of one kind of resource, you can get some value out of burning it since it's not doing you any other good. Oh, the capture card flickered. Thanks for letting me know. It's going to force it to flicker again here. I have like a box full of HDMI splitters. I might just need to swap this one out. It's dying. Fishing is similar to gathering, it is a separate resource acquiring method. Fishing hut and a pond. Catch fish and algae and nets. Bait can double the yield of fishing. Okay, I'm not going to think about that too much. Okay, now they're giving me more choice. Because previously, every time I got one of these, it was only like one choice. Planks, scrolls, trade goods. So this rain engine thing is like a unique feature of the Against the Storm setting that like there's always rains and they use that to power buildings, I guess. Forager versus Herbalist. I think we know we've got berries here, right? That's what these are. Herbalist camp. Ignore it for now, okay. Oh, is it the idea that like during certain seasons they don't need workers on them or something? Or they are faster because of that? The rain idea is kind of a cool setting concept. Okay, so I picked my initial starting stuff here. We need to start discovering glades ASAP. We've got lots of dangerous glades in the immediate vicinity. Okay. We do woodcutter down here. And I guess we probably also need to start getting food right away. Yeah, so like, is this placement problematic? Like, they can't get to the door if I do that? They can walk through fields. I see. There's no door arrow, it's blocked. Okay, thank you. I see lots of new blueprint rewards. Actually wait to deal with the dangerous glades for a bit. This is a reed field. Hold on. Spices, herb, and root production is increased by +1. I do like just getting stuff without having to actually mine for it. You can decline it for like permanent resources. Oh, choose an order. Interesting. So, building materials, crops, provisions, or stormwater. Will it ever give me an order that's impossible with my current buildings? I have to do these. Makeshift post, makeshift post, makeshift post. Can I already do a makeshift post? I guess I can. That ends up using roots, herbs, planks. Okay. But it could be grain, vegetables. All right. And this could be berries. This could be other resources. So I'm just wondering if I have the stormwater ability right now. Rain collector. Tank capacity of 50 can't be moved. Planks and parts. I start with some planks. Start with logs, but not planks. All right, let's try doing that because it's less complicated. So, rainwater condenser pipes and villagers. Complete 2 Glade events. 3 villagers. That seems really easy. Do something just because it's easy, I guess. I mean, I get fewer workers, but... Glade events. Any dangerous glade always contains a glade event. Does the... You don't have this blueprint in your settlement. They just tell you outright. Okay. Does the little chest icon mean that I already meet this requirement? Is that what that's saying? Like I already have those items on me? I guess I don't have any copper ore, so... Yeah, that makes sense. So, but a dangerous, so it's like a squares and rectangles thing. Like, there's all sorts of events, but a dangerous glade always contains something that counts as an event, right? And there's also non-dangerous events. Right. I don't have any copper yet, but we just take that. It's the other one I don't have the blueprint for. cauldron builder guy something to do. Okay, so when I turn this in, I'm actually giving up wood that's in my base, right? Kiln, tinctury, butcher. I don't really have a particular reason to pick any of these, so I guess I'll just pick the butcher. And that's always just resources that I have banked that I'm drawing on when I do that, right? That's pretty cool. I know the joke is to talk about, like, games that give you 3 choices. Here are 3 things, pick one of them. It's really good at giving you a lot of little interesting mini choices like that where you can argue for why you're picking one over the other. Trees have copper in this one? Oh, weird. Okay. Because it's a copper vein tree. Is that all of them or only the red ones? It's kind of cool. If I move a building on top of a road, does it demolish the road? They're all the same. Okay. Got a pond, fertile soil, a shaman, trader. So this could be exciting if they have some kind of resource that's immediately necessary for an order or something. And this building and NPC is just going to be here indefinitely, it seems like. Okay. We probably want to set up a farm down here. Oh, I don't have a farm. I only have fields. I have to unlock a farm. Okay. Leaves after a few minutes. Okay. Let's see. Does block building placement. Okay, so that's unfortunate. And I guess now I know. I guess putting this on top of the field doesn't destroy the field for later if I move it again later. This doesn't look like it does. Butcher? Doesn't look like it does anything with farm fields. That's my misunderstanding. Yeah, I wonder if I'm allowed to deconstruct a road. Probably build houses on top of them, question mark. I can't. Okay. So that's a reason not to do that. Oh, it's the shaman's building. Does it despawn when he leaves? Rainwater gatherers on here somewhere, this thing. Attack the trader. I'm not going to do that. Can't be destroyed. Glade event. Okay. Planks and parts that I can't make. I don't... Maybe I can do... Oh, this is what you were saying for destroying... For the road. Yeah, I gotcha. Thanks. But I guess any labor that was spent doing it is forever lost, right? Okay. Gathering camp. We'll grab that. No worries. I'm gonna figure it out myself. Welcome new people. I see. So you're frequently choosing between, like, if you feel like you're on curve, you want to send stuff to the Citadel since that's permanent progression. But if you're not sure, this is like choosing between progression resources in Hades versus things that are going to make this run more likely. Okay. What does send to the Citadel mean then? Archaeological discovery. Barrels of wine, training gear, box of pottery. Chest of ancient tablets. Eventually be stormwater for that one, but I can't do either yet. Okay. Oh, okay. Traders denominated in amber. Gotcha. And they have to walk super far, it looks like. We don't want to build roads through the farm, because I'm guessing that destroys resources to do that. I want to have someone available for building shit, I guess. The main thing I needed was planks. Let's just do planks for now. That seems really easy to overextend yourself. They're working on it. But like, guess I could build a fishing. And it's nice that they just let you do it like that. Try doing a fishing building. I feel like I'm not gonna have enough berries here and it's gonna be bad. Solves. Okay, this is showing me the resolve trend. Like, this is going to happen soon, I guess. We don't start fulfilling their need for housing and that sort of a thing. Simple path doesn't cost resources. Try to do this while it's still storm, because this is the resource I need, otherwise I have to wait a whole year to get more of it, right? I really like the whole different kinds of water. That's a really cool, very flavorful idea. I won't get enough from this time step to be good, I don't think. No free workers to build. Okay. So I can hold Alt to see my assignments. Probably don't need this place to be completely filled. I'll add a note that Amber is an in-run trading resource. Get the copper soonish. Securing the deadliest corners of the forest will make it a lot less terrifying. Completing a forbidden event reduces the hostility gained from dangerous and forbidden glades. And for small ways to do this effect is retroactive. So I don't think these are just dangerous, right? I don't have any forbidden ones. Gotcha. So we probably want this, though it's kind of boring. Newcomers. I do need to do a lot of wood cutting, so we'll do this one. Probably always going to take more workers no matter what, which is maybe a bad idea, but I really don't like not having people to do stuff. Makes the game more brainless. Okay, no one is good at fishing. It seems like whenever you build a building like this, it tries to like let it work on its own. Like, I'm never gonna have to build a building and then immediately tell it something in order for the building to do anything, right? Like, it'll try to just like balance making everything the building can possibly make. Drizzle water. Okay, hopefully next storm season I'll be able to get to 25. Interesting that the orders are based on raw time having passed. Try to get everybody housed if we can. Trapper's Camp. Ruin. Salvage gets us pottery and roots. Rebuild gets us the trapper's camp. Why don't we rebuild it? Seems fine. I'm guessing a lot of these glades are authored, like even if the game is procedural, like the glade having a trapper's camp next to a bunch of meat resources is somebody wrote that in as one of the possible things that can generate, right? You're not just like screwed where you get a trapper's camp with nothing for it to gather from. I do like that you can always pick the order. That's kind of cool. Beaver's Resolve. Keep Beaver Resolve above 20 for 60 seconds. I don't have any traders right now. Sacrifice coal and wood. So I'd have to be able to get coal. I don't think I have access to any roots right now. Yeah, random with rules. This is a 20% chance. Okay, so this always produces reeds and can produce roots or clay. Okay. That one I know I can do. It might take a while, but it's possible. You can build a trader camp. Shift for a smaller marker. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't want it to be so big most of the time. I just want to like very precisely get into new glades. How did I rotate this? Is that a button I can press? Hold middle click, okay. Okay. Sacrifice coal, sacrifice wood. Sacrifice is a thing we do at the hearth, right? I understand. So this is like automating doing it or not? Still you reduced by 50, but I just have to do it for the mission, right? So other than I can turn it off once I get to 15, I guess. Okay, we got metal veins. Rain mill. Clothier. Clearance water, drizzle water. Okay, we can turn it off now. Okay. I see. Earth level encampment. So I'd have to make coal to be able to, so I'm trying to figure out, this will be a good thing to prepare for next stream. Can I figure out how the fuck to get coal without having left a bunch of notes to my past self? So I assume it's going to be some kind of processing building, like warehouses, archaeologists off. Okay, hold on. This is always gathering, and then there's always something else that's processing here. So crops, provisions, building materials, plant, fabric, bricks, pipes. So I actually don't have the ability to make coal right now at all, do I? I'd have to like trade for it or get some kind of event that gives me access to coal. Okay. Technically excavate. It uses drizzle water, I can do that. You start with some coal no matter what. You do have 21, you're right. Because I just haven't been lucky and gotten any roots yet, or maybe the roots are getting consumed. That's why you have to get the ability to unlock the way to tell them to stop consuming your specific resources that you're saving for an order or whatever. Okay. Carpenter, cookhouse, human house. I don't think I understand, like, why do I want houses for specific... Why is this better than a shelter? Does it, like, give them... Would they prefer a house to a shelter? Is that the idea? It's the least brain power, so... But it requires bricks, which I'm not making yet. I don't think I have any need for pipes. You get extra resolve for houses of their own race. Okay. Now I need more workers. I have a couple of these lizard men. So you need to have a firekeeper no matter what. It looks like it's assigned automatically when the mission starts. Abandoned cache. I need fucking people, man. I've got a people problem right now. Okay, it's a new herb node, so I can move this once this finishes drying up. Whoa. The fuck? Dangerous Glade events. Something we need to deal with, like, right away. Infection. The Lurkers brought on a dangerous disease. Every time villagers have nothing to eat during a break, they'll gain an additional stack of the hunger effect. I think I did... I'm about to get training gear from completing an event somewhere, or did I make that up? Yeah, when this is done, so I have to finish this to be able to do this dangerous event, I guess. And this idea is that we're going to get infection until the event is completed. 13 minutes until it's a problem. Okay. So unassign some people here. I don't need to do this much wood cutting when I have this problem here. Go help here, I guess. It's my bad I missed this was a dangerous glade. Welcome new people. Do Do desperately need new people. Really like the way that they Scout's Idle Lurker. Oh, that means I've assigned somebody, but they can't do anything because I don't have the resource yet, so I should unassign them for now. Okay. I like the way that they abstracted food. It's clever. You use it to like recruit new people, and then it just converts into happiness, which is resolve. Minute 30 for this to be completed. Okay, no gathering nodes near the Herbalist camp, so we can move that down here. I just have never gotten any roots. Unless I'm misunderstanding how that's supposed to be working. Is it like only when they gather reeds they have a chance to produce roots? Is that how I should be reading that? I guess I've got 2 roots now, so it's not 0% chance for it to happen. Okay. Since I can't control consumption and say don't use these right now. Copper vein, stone node, cookhouse. Should be almost done once somebody delivers this last bit of rainwater to that building. And I guess they have to carry the rewards out. They don't just like spawn in my base. Okay, so now that they have the necessary resources, now it's going to take 90 seconds. Okay, well, I'm going to get fucked by this thing then, right? Destroying all stored fish, algae, and scales. An impatience point. Awful. Okay. Yeah, I like this way of abstracting threats is really cool. Like, it's similar to combat in an RTS, but it's just, we're just going to make it an event. We're going to explain to you exactly when the bad thing's going to happen so you know exactly how urgent it is, right? Like, it's pretty smart, I think. I feel like this is exactly the same as any sort of, like, enemy wave being sent to your base in StarCraft. You know, it removes the element where I need to be familiar enough with StarCraft to know how much of a threat the thing is. It just tells you, in 9 minutes, this exact bad thing is going to happen. So you're like, oh, well, if that's true, I better get those training materials, right? Quite clever. I'm going to assign a meat guy to this in a bit. Still have 2 people working the stormwater. Okay. No gathering nodes near Harvester's camp. That's this one. A lot of fucking dangerous glades here, man. Jeez. Folks are not happy, but I'll try to deal with that once I put up with this main problem that I'm having right now. Okay, rewards. They do have to carry the rewards back manually, which is going to take a minute. Can I get them to focus on the training gear first? I guess I didn't finish that in time. Maybe I just turned it in. Okay, I understand. Blizzard resolve is low. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I did get a brewery earlier. They try to load balance housing, I assume. So, like, humans will automatically be assumed to live in a new human house and vacate their previously occupied shelter. I mean, they're not actually assigned to these buildings. It's not really how it's working behind the scenes, right? Like, behind the scenes, it's just calculating, like, how many buildings do you have and how can we assign them? High hostility. Not super good, gotta say. I almost had enough tools. I've done this with tools all along. Missed this pop-up. War workers. Shift click to prioritize a resource from the event. Oh, that's the priority in which they're grabbing it. Fuck, okay, thanks. Add that to the notes. I'm just wondering, it's like, if I had a bunch of regular shelters and then I built a human shelter and there were already 2 humans assigned to the regular shelters, would they dynamically jump to the preferred human house and abandon the other 2 buildings for other people to move into? Okay, thanks. Oh, this is that focused buff. It's one of the features. It's from Strange Visions. Okay, I see. Gain a villager every time you discover a new glade. That would have been nice a while ago. Oh, lizards for every egg produced. That's kind of cool. More likely to be producing eggs now, so... Because that's the only source of eggs on the map, so maybe not amazing long term, but... Could do send to the Citadel for half a Queen's Grace. It doesn't count as producing eggs, I assume. Yeah, they're cool. Keep trying to build housing. Do I have any other orders I can select? Still have a lot of homeless folks. Do like that they consume different resources. It's pretty cool. So I could like preemptively build this and they can still fit through the building to build the other one, I guess. I'm gonna get back to chopping wood here soon. All my nearby glades are dangerous, though. I really want to fuck with that at the moment. 10 out of 15, almost there. So, I have allowed fuel set to 0. It's always going to build some wood or spend some wood no matter what. I think I misunderstood this before. I guess we could like chop through here just to make pathing a little bit less painful. Not super concerned about discovering new glades at the moment. Here we go. Okay. And the hearth is like a failure condition if you don't keep up with it, I guess. I got it. Okay. So once they deliver the training materials, I'm probably going to have to endure the negative effect at least one time. Because it's going to take them 3 minutes, but I don't think it's going to take them... It's going to take them more than 2.5 minutes to deliver all the materials over here, I think. Okay. Delivering like 5 at a time. No, we might be okay. I might get really lucky. We'll see. I don't know how much fish I have, but it would suck to lose whatever I do have. Amber and a Queen's Grace. Pies, provisions. Gets me a not quite free cookhouse. Still working on that. Okay, so we will finish this before I have to endure the threat. That's cool. Got it. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like in RTS games, the equivalent of this is happening all the time. There's always, in an RTS campaign, some kind of threat that arrives at your base, and you as the player just need to have the mastery to know, oh, the response to that is to build 6 Marines and a turret, or whatever the fuck, right? But the number of kinds of solutions and responses you need to develop require you to play the game for like what feels like dozens or hundreds of hours. When it could just be as simple as saying, yeah, you need this by this time, and here's how long it's going to take once you've committed it. This is so much better for my brain chemistry. I get it. Like, to me, it's almost exactly the same. It's just telling you this is the solution, you know. It still leaves you room to fuck it up. I like that it's like, oh shit, I don't have those training weapons. How can I get training weapons? Can I build like a station that crafts them? Oh, I don't have to build a station that crafts them, right? Benedict. Sorry, Ben just stepped on my capture card. I think we still have audio. Why idle building? They're not working because it's not raining, because the tank is full. Geyser pumps to increase tank capacity. So maybe I didn't understand this. I thought that they were like moving stuff out of the tank into the warehouse. The only way to deal with that is to build a second rainwater machine. Shoot, I'm stupid. Where the fuck is this? Hearth, warehouse, trading post, brewery, provisioner. Oh, rain collectors, it's gathering, technically. Okay. The tanks don't have to like be touching each other or anything like that. I take it. Discover 4 glades. That's not retroactive. So I could probably do that. Deliver ale. Don't have a tavern yet. Trade goods can be made in a lumber mill. So what's the deal with the tank? Maybe I don't understand. Okay, so it's all of your rain collectors contribute to your total tank value simultaneously. Okay. Solicit is low on fuel. No one's homeless, so that's nice. It seems to be improving resolve somewhat. So once this fishing pond runs out of charges, that's going to consider it depleted. And they had that whole tutorial about fishing, and they're like, this is a super different kind of, what do you call it? Gathering node, but it doesn't seem like it's that different. I feel like I'm gonna have a problem now where everyone's gonna have to walk really far from anywhere that I try to discover. Shift for fine control. You don't get any fish until you fully extract the pond. Okay. That's what retrieve nets does. So you're like trying to like delay as long as you possibly can, I guess. Lumber mill can make trade goods. That's what we want, right? You retrieve them early, it destroys the node. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay. Never dealt with the downside. That's very exciting. We're gonna have to transport the amber, I guess, manually. make trade goods for my mission here. So the beavers are good at that. Fishing hut, trapper's camp, small farm. I see. So I can not have a blueprint for a building, but I can get the building from an event. That's kind of interesting. I feel like the farm is good because I understand it. Could delete part of this to try to maximize the farmable area. I can't really understand with farms if it's like a bad idea to put it directly in the field. Trying to just maximize the number of squares that it touches, I guess. This will stay open until it pulls all the amber out of it. Okay. I feel like getting a cookhouse isn't super helpful. Salvage is maybe good. Where's my other wood cutting? This thing. Try to get these 4 glades unlocked. Kind of low fuel penalty went away, so that's nice. Shouldn't have taken that roots order. I'm kind of getting screwed on that. Since we wrapped Frog Fractions a little early, Leon, do you mind if we go over by up to an hour on this to finish this stage? Lizard resolves -2, so I can try to figure out like why the lizard's pissed, right? Combined effects, looming darkness, hostility of the forest. Has specific food preferences that we're not providing, I guess, is part of the problem, right? I guess getting the pie would be nice. Want some clothing and brawling. Okay. That penalizes the beaver's resolve, I understand. Maybe favoring a species is not worth it. Low on food. Good God, am I trying to fix it? Oh, I might not even be able to finish the stage. Idling due to not having sufficient something. I guess I used up all the dye I came here with is the idea. I do get dye from the trees. Okay. Try building more beaver houses to make them happy. But then I need more planks, but they are building planks over time, so... Maybe we'll get something amazing as a result. Herbalist camp. Gets me a bunch of roots. It's not enough to turn in my thing, but I have my own herbalist camp. Can use my other herbalist camp there though, so that's cool. Trying to fix it, game. Working on it. So when we say we already got some hostility as a result of an earlier dangerous glade, I guess, and the hostility is just a thing that penalizes. Okay. So I think that was the right choice. Also, it looks like all of their resolve got better because it's not storm anymore. Okay. Hopefully that opens up soonish. Where are all my humans assigned right now? So since I'm low on food, I could maybe try to deal with that by just hitting retrieve nets now and just burning it. It's a way to like stave off disaster, I guess. Newcomers are waiting. And try to focus on people that you're already able to support. 5 copper bars. So this fishing hut's gonna take a while to get all the fish out of the nets, and then it'll just despawn the pool and give me an alert telling me that I have to set up a new pool, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm just waiting on dye now to make these, which is kind of unfortunate. I guess I can set them to make planks. And they'll at least be doing something, is the idea. So maybe burning that starting coal was a bad idea. Now I know not to do that. In that case, you shouldn't make planks at all. Well, I guess we'll stop once this one finishes. They'll just like automatically skip anything they can't do, right? Otherwise, they'll try to alternate them if they're able to do it. Okay, so I desperately just need more wood right now. So let's move everything near the base and just try to chop some trees here. Different buildings do the same recipes, different qualities. So like this building sucks at making, it can make everything, but it sucks at it. Right. But this building is probably really good at making planks. I understand. Gotcha. So you really don't want a crude workstation. Let me write that down in my notes. Crude workstation is bad at making everything. Specialized workstations make things faster and cheaper. More resolve, brick mold, +1 to brick production. Don't have any tools. It's a lumber mill, not a carpenter, so I guess we have to do this, which is kind of boring. So is this just taking forever? Because oh, I only have one fucking... Okay. Did not realize. I don't know when I did that. Right. Maybe it gets you spun up at the beginning, but you don't want it making... So it's probably also bad at... Okay, I understand. Get this glade finally. Pond, salt, fertile soil, sea marrow. Ancient fossils. Okay, well, that's great. Need to get another glade. It's not going to be a dangerous glade. I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm probably freaking out about dangerous glades more than I need to. They're probably not that big of a deal. Fortunately, that shit's in the way. I guess they'll still path through it. It's just going to slow them down when they walk through it. Let me try to watch it happen here. I'm assigned to hauling here. Okay, I see them walk through the resource. Got it. It's not so bad. And like the hearth consumes more fuel. That's just like keeping them warm is what that's representing. Consumes more fuel in different seasons. Have any more eggs, which is kind of unfortunate. Fuel consumption is constant. More or less, okay. Can be processed. I don't know where else I can take this once. I guess there's a single egg node down there. This gives me something to switch to. Whoops. Let's do trade goods for a while. I have to wait. See if it ends up giving me a blueprint for dye or something at some point too, right? Need for leisure fulfilled. Value of goods sold. So that requires me to have either find a trader or build a building that invites a trader. I don't think, unless if that's like one of the default buildings, because it's tough for me to know whether something is one of the default buildings or not. Provisions. Pack of trade goods isn't the same thing as pack of provisions. Okay. Materials. Maybe I should be building more warehouses for the future. Improve the settlement's exploration capabilities. Can't be built too close to other hearths. So comfort I can just build and it can maybe improve people's happiness a little bit. Okay, so this is idle now. Now we can move it to here. This theoretically won't be idle now. Got a fishing hut here. You have to be like directly adjacent to it or something. It seems like it's surrounding it. Requires a large fishing hut. Okay. Didn't realize those were different. I don't believe I have the blueprint for. First real mission is really kicking my fucking ass over here. Jeez. So maybe I should stay on settler difficulty for a little bit longer. More to try to make these guys happy. Where is hostility of the forest coming from? That's just like... I guess they all have it. It'd be great if I could get lizard housing. Tanks are full again. I'd love to like trade some of this rainwater if I could force a trader, but I don't think I have any way to... Oh, maybe that's what this is. Okay, let's try that. Facility icon. Oh, opening more glades increases it. Let me see. I could build a second hearth, I guess, right? High hostility. Seems bad. Wine and roots. Could have like tried to save those resources so I could pull all the roots all at once, but I didn't. That's okay. Finish taking that thing that's like trade for stuff. Traders arrive faster and we get some tools. Coats, leather. Yeah, so I guess the lumber mill is pretty bad at it and I can only do it via dye right now. But I don't have any easier way to make coats or leather, so I guess we just do that. I'm probably gonna die. Things are not looking hot right now. I didn't realize that just uncovering non-dangerous glades was also increasing the hostility. It's good to know, I guess. More eggs down here is nice. That's good. Trader has stopped to wait out the storm. Yeah, hopefully the trader gets here. That'll help me a little bit. Storm is like... The storm season is like winter, essentially. You always need to have a firekeeper, I guess. Oh, actually, we want... This worker gets a +5 to resolve. Okay, so if the lizard men are the ones who are mainly unhappy, maybe I can pull somebody off who's a lizard, like this guy, for instance. Maybe the net benefit from that helps here. Didn't appreciate that they like to be firekeepers. Let me make a note about the hearths. Hearths are always burning fuel. Assign lizardmen to them for more resolve. Ember has no purpose other. Do you have stuff that would be a pain for me to get? Roots, yes, we can turn that in. I guess what I should do is I should wait until that mission is complete. I have a while before I have to do this, right? So maybe we just ignore this for now. She doesn't stay for long. How close are they to finishing this Glade event? Oh, super close. I just hope they don't eat the roots too fast. I guess you can just hit auto. You have to hit OK. Okay, I understand. I thought I was able to drag all these over more easily last time. More food in general is probably good. Water skins, pottery I could use to make stuff. So the trader, you can always build a trader, and the trader exists to save your bacon in case you're like over specialized in something, it seems like. I don't like trade for stuff that I'm bad at, right? But I also need food to not die, so maybe I should get more food. Okay. Let's do that. Hope they don't touch the roots. Shift click, we want them to be going for the roots first so I can turn it in immediately. Oh, they're already eating the roots, fuck. Yeah. It's got 5 roots. That seems pretty good. Booming economy. Miss this. Brewery production is faster. Village willing to give you the very last piece of amber just for a pint of decent ale. Not really specializing in either of these, unfortunately. Guess you can just take the amber, I guess. Yeah, no kidding. But it consumes stuff I don't have, right? I mean, I guess now I'm getting grain. Because it gave me brewery long before I got a farm, I guess. Oh my god, stop eating the fucking roots! Ugh, kill me. They're delivering now. Choose a blueprint. Smokehouse, cookhouse, brickyard. Jerky. We know that we don't have any way to get meat directly right now. Probably want bricks. Gives me planks, gives me plant fibers. I actually don't want more workers now. I need something to spend my collected rainwater on. That would have to be, I'd have to like unlock a technology to let me use it, right? I can't, can I trade it to her? It doesn't look like it's on my list of tradables. I'm just saying it'll use any of those to make stuff, okay. So we might get our trade goods. You guys doing all right down there? You hurry up with those roots, please? Please and thank you. Humans are good at brewing. Oh, but I'm gonna use up all my pottery. Made in a brickyard, though, which I just unlocked, so maybe that saves my life. Are you the roots guys? They are. Hurry up! People are eating the roots as we speak. Okay. Jesus Christ. God, that makes sense. Alright, so the nice thing is if I make pottery, then I can keep doing the trade goods, which are 2 of my orders here, so let's just do that. Let's assign some folks to it. Anybody is assigned to do stuff here. Still getting that abandoned cache. Trapper's camp still has some eggs that they're working through. Okay. I can tell this guy to only make trade goods for now. That's another one. It's considered jerky, which will make people temporarily happy. The lizard house. About fucking time. I guess this might be better for net happiness, but... Okay. I have a lot of unhappy lizards still. And they want cloth and brick. I do like that they break the degeneracy with that. That, like, the different kinds of species housings have different requirements to build them. It's cool. Rain punk barrels are comfort decoration that just happened to be in that glade when we discovered it. Okay, I understand. We have a housing problem now, don't we? It's 13, 6 are unhoused, so we're going to fix their housing issue. Just realized how bad that situation is. It's from getting a whole bunch of new units, I guess. As long as it's near a hearth, it doesn't matter if they can actually access it, right? Oh, this guy's been sitting here useless for a minute. Let's clear out some space, I guess. Starting to solve lizard housing. Lizards are less pissed off, it seems like, which is good. Love to see it. It alerts me whenever the trader shows back up, right? I guess you guys aren't doing anything now, so... Mostly did that for a order earlier. Beaver houses are kind of expensive, I feel like. So what is... I'm not gaining any resolve. I'm not getting any reputation per minute because I don't have high resolve, but that's one solution to the level instead of just doing it entirely based on orders. I guess at some point I need to get high resolve, right? Because there's not enough orders in the game for me to beat the stage just by completing all orders. That seems to be true. Get reputation from events, which is from Glade discovery. Okay. Don't have any more clay. Was I ever mining for clay? Hold on. Is there even any clay in this level? There's rocks. I see. So I guess maybe it's time to start busting into these dangerous glades just to see if there's events that give me some resolve. That's where my clay is coming from, is from the Cornerstone. Okay. I'm back to at least contributing to the plank making here. Oh, we don't want this making bricks at all. That was a mistake. I guess we can make some pipes just to do something. This guy can probably move now. Can probably deal with the dangerous glades. Probably too freaked out about those. They're not that big of a deal at all. Petrified tree. Can do it with herbs. Gets me some resolve. Seems good. A beanery. Can produce porridge, pickled goods. It consumes grain and drizzle water, or vegetables and pottery, or herbs, stone, and stormwater. I'd rather get the one-time roots right over here. That's pretty funny. Normally I would take the ongoing resources over the temporary resources, but... yeah, let me leave myself a note that dangerous glades aren't that big of a deal. Don't avoid them for no reason. At least not halfway or more through the map. They give lots of rewards, right? Oh, because I didn't hit investigate. Okay. I'm pretty good about giving you the idle alerts. I appreciate that. No one's unhoused. Resolve is looking slightly better. What counts as high resolve? Is it like 20 or higher? Humans are content. Oh, it's different for each species, I guess. Gotcha. So it's easier for lizards to be content, but everyone's unhappy during the storm. Okay. Need for jerky fulfilled, need for pie fulfilled, need for skewers. Oh, this is going to be hard. I don't think I can do either of these. Retroactive. I might be able to do like a cookhouse somewhere that was popped up. Could cut through to the dangerous glades. Probably the one I'm more likely to be able to succeed at. Humans and beavers are the hardest to please. Oh, I see. Okay. Hopefully we can just make it through the season here. So we got some pie manually before. There's some kind of Glade event that I neglected that was like taking over a cookery or something like that. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. Staffed workers won't show me special events, right? Here we go. It's a long way to walk for some eggs. Harvester's camp. I literally have nothing for the Harvester's camp to do, right? We don't see any on the map here. It's a different thing to get roots, I think. Forager's camp. Working on dispelling the tree. Destroys all wood. Holy fuck. Beaver left. Okay. It's the penalty for low resolve. Yeah, I guess I could just try to replace all my shelters with the high quality housing, right? Like, that's not a bad strategy, it seems like. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Can I cancel? No goods will be refunded as none were spent. Okay, that's what I want to hear. Does it need to be entirely inside the hearth zone, or just has to have a single tile touching it? It's to fully fit. Choose a relic. Hostility is reduced by 15 points every time you sell goods worth 30 amber, but complex food needs one less resolve point. Beaver villages do not increase hostility. So there's some amount of hostility increase just from having... Just like based on overcrowding is what we're saying. Okay, and I have 25 beavers, so that seems like the take here, right? Everybody's like way happier. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. And then this thing can just get unstaffed because I can't fucking do anything anymore. Oh, we're going to get the Glade events completed, so that's nice. Where's my... I have a second lumberjack somewhere. I don't know where it is. This one? That's probably what I'm thinking of. Probably should be building more roads. Traders coming in 36 seconds, okay. Newcomers are waiting. We want beavers now, since they don't, there's like no downside to having beavers. 3 beavers either way, I guess. You can retrieve the nets here. The net retrieval happens automatically as soon as the charges are depleted, is that true? I don't have any other ponds after that, though. This one, but I can't build another. I only have small. Trader arrived. Zorg. What's up, Zorg? Any of this help me with my current objectives? I could have sworn I had a building that was like cookery or something, but maybe I fucked it up somehow. It was like a Glade event. Maybe I did, maybe instead of building the cookery, I took like the one-time resources and despawned it. It's unfortunate. So I don't know that I can ever get pie and biscuits as a result of that. I've already kind of fucked myself over on that. What else does this guy have? Just get a whole bunch of food from him, since food seems to be a problem right now. Humans like porridge. Oh, you right-click is how you move all of them over. Okay. I don't really have an excess of anything. I guess I have an excess of reeds, kind of, but... None of these other ingredients are really helpful with downstream stuff. They don't like eating things raw if they can help it, but they will, I guess. Okay. What was that? I got some kind of power that's good for dealing with traders. Glade, Spire. Maybe I made that up. Traders arrive faster. Maybe I turned it down for the other perk. Probably don't want to bust open 2 different dangerous glades simultaneously. Glade event. Dangerous glade. Can't do any of those. Oil. I guess I can do this. I can go gather the salt, right?
Hello.
Seeing their fallen kin has taken its toll on the villagers. -8 to humans resolve. Only while they're working on it. Rob the dead. So I need to build a mine to gather salt, is that right? It just goes on top of the salt. Okay, it's kind of weird when they do that. Oh, you can really assign a lot of people to this, huh? No kidding. Hopefully I can just get the salt and then turn in the event. Fortunately, I still have 10 amber left. Gonna take 4 minutes. Spawns blood flowers. Oh, I don't have parts. Fuck. Shit, they just left. Do I have any way to generate parts right now? Oh no, people were bringing the parts to it. Okay, it just wasn't in the facility yet. Destroy camps to recover parts. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to endure the downside here because I could just go rob the dead, but I'd rather get the resolve since that might actually let me finish the stage here. I'm gonna build a warehouse, maybe. It's too expensive. I'm not making any fabric right now because... Let's see. Oh, I missed. Was able to turn this in. Okay, that helps a little bit. Well, the bakery. I wonder if it like dynamically tries to give me a building for an order that I have that I otherwise can't complete right now. We want biscuits and pie, which requires flour, which is a rain mill. Two-star flour. Probably what we want here. Flour just uses green. Okay. You can tell it a limit for how much I want to make, right? So I can just say I want 11 pies. Then I need 50 biscuits, I guess. Salt do I have now? Only 8. Yeah, I'm definitely going to experience the negative effect. That's too bad. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. And the idea of calling the trader immediately is pretty punishing if you do it, but I guess it can save your ass if you're in trouble. Not doing anything because it needs the flour. I'm trying to make the flour. Let me try to grab some of this stuff. Well, it gets me some biscuits right away. Ale. I should probably do this. Tools. I still don't have any kind of facility to make tools at all, right? I can only get them by trading or finding them. It is one resolve, though, which gets me closer to beating the level. Smelter can make pie poorly. It's kind of funny. Also gets me biscuits. That's another large pond, unfortunately, right? Okay. Working on the low resolve, you guys. I'm sorry. Jesus. Okay, so we can tell who has good housing and who has shit housing. Funny to think of people having a need for pie. $19 out of 20. I might actually just barely get it in time. Wonder if they balance the threat times based on how long it would take to spin something up from the moment you see it. I'm cutting it close, though. You guys want to hurry up with your salt mining over there? No, it's not going to succeed because they have to, like, actually transport the materials over there first, right? That's too bad. I guess we'll see what the blood flowers are. Oh, I should have sent them to start delivering stuff right away. I didn't realize that I could have done that. Whoops. Don't want to lock these. Seems to suggest I need to be building way more beaver houses, though. Could build another hearth, maybe. The reason that's red is based on distance, I guess. It would just be a site for more housing, I guess. Yeah, it's too bad. I think if I had started delivering the salt right away, we would have been okay, but I didn't realize I could do that. Okay. I'm gonna tell these guys to only make grain, probably. I think I just need to hit some of these other dangerous glades to try to get the resolve that I need to beat the stage, because need for pie is going to take a minute. So, need for pie isn't the same thing as number of times pie has been eaten? Is that true? Maybe I misunderstood how that's supposed to work. I need tools. That would be good, actually. Glad I waited. Okay. That's one full reputation. And if I can just complete one more event, I think we'll be good. I get half a reputation for pay for funeral. More human housing. See what this bad thing ends up being. "19 out of 50 need for biscuits fulfilled," so we have a couple ways I can beat the level now. Learned a lot from this mission. Can try to start leaving future Marstead notes. So future Marstead, I put a bunch of notes already in the Against the Storm text file. Kind of trying to... You didn't do a good job of having all of your units happy this time. Let's look at this really quick. Burn down. Sea Marrow. Only active when the vent is being worked on. Spawn 10 to 14 field. Yeah, I'll just do this. That's fine. You can generally figure out what to do in this game, I think, by just responding to alerts and responding to the orders that pop up here. And if you leave stuff unattended for a while, it does eventually warn you. Bloodflower appeared. Decaying food. So I can just assign people to deal with this. They don't need anything to do it. It just is bad for them at the time that they're dealing with it. Okay. Not necessarily terrible. It could be worse. Anyway, you really want to make sure that their resolve is in this blue meter. If you can ever like specialize in lizardmen, they seem great because they don't need a lot of resolve to be content and actually fill this bar passively during normal play. The biggest lesson I'd probably tell you is don't worry about dangerous glades. They're generally pretty solvable and they get really good rewards for doing it. Maybe don't go to one immediately at the start of the run, but the biggest mistake you made in this run, I think, was neglecting dangerous glades for too long, thinking that it was going to be a big problem, and it really isn't that big of a problem. Yeah, review the notes in the text file. Shit, I don't think there's anything I can do to get a lot of food here. Trader will be here soon. Maybe I can quickly get some food from that. When you buy food from the trader, do they have to move it from the trading house manually, or does it just teleport into your stock? Right, I have to assign somebody, I forgot. Moves to your warehouse immediately. Okay. Eating your food while you're working on them is what's happening there. Okay. Need food. Trader can save your life, so keep an eye out for the trader whenever you can. Potentially really good. I just pop one more dangerous glade after I get the resolve bonus from the thing I'm working on, then I think we're maybe good to go. I don't have enough tools for that. It seems like being able to make tools is pretty powerful. Two things that require tools, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess the mission's just over once I get the +1 resolve from one of those things. I can just dig into another dangerous glades. Maybe that's what we do up here. Two items every 10 seconds. It's fucking horrible. It's like so bad. Gotta dump something to get more food here, I think. Or I wait until... But she's gonna leave, right? Is the idea. Scales can be used for crafting, but I have no use for them in my current village, so I just want to stave off death, I guess. Blood flowers have a tendency to spread uncontrollably. That seems really bad. Okay, so the blood flowers could just like completely end your run if you don't deal with them instantly when they spawn. Roger that. So I think once I dig in here, I turn this in and we just win, unless if I happen to make the need for pie, need for biscuits. If that saves my life first, it might. I think as soon as this pie is done, I don't need to make any more, and I can just focus on biscuits. Okay. No one's currently unhoused. Just need to pop over in here. Where's my other... I can never find my frickin' logging camps for whatever reason. Need for pie fulfilled. Fantastic. So we'll see. It's a race. Do we get need for biscuits first, or... Those things finally finished. That's a city builder. You guys make biscuits faster than you guys can dig this down. I'll turn up the game speed really quick here. See how often someone goes to eat biscuits. Alright. Huzzah! Difficult level, though. Holy shit. Completed a lot of deeds. Food stockpiles, seal fragments. Back to world map. Okay. Yes, a future Marstead, I gave some notes a few minutes ago. Go back and review them, read the text file. You should be good to go. You're in a much harder stage of the game now. I would, whenever you start a new episode of this, your first level I would play on the settler difficulty, and then once you get your sea legs back, only then switch to the next higher difficulty. Higher difficulties give you better rewards, so it is worth doing them, but it took you substantially longer. Like, instead of being 45 minutes, it was like 2 hours to do the second stage, so until you get good at the game, maybe stick on Settler. This is a really cool game, though. I enjoy it. Thank you, Leon, for sharing.